O bore da, good morning. Mae'n bleser mawr siarad gyda chi heddiw. I would really like to thank Tirweddau Cymru Landscapes Wales for the invitation to address this seminar. It's a great opportunity to talk about the important role that the designated landscape family in Wales plays in addressing the emergencies we currently face. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all involved for Llysentli in the Llyn AONOB gaining dark sanctuary status, a first in Europe. And I'm so very sorry I could not join you in person today, as I would have loved to have been on the Gower right on my own doorstep, but of course, unfortunately, I've had to be in Cardiff. We are acutely aware of the climate and nature crisis and the pressing need to address the decline in biodiversity. I want to emphasise again how vital it is that we work together, that we collaborate and share. The emergencies we face are not for any one individual to deal with. The responsibility for resolving these emergencies rests with all of us. I'm greatly encouraged by the progress of this partnership. Since its establishment in 2020, it has grown in confidence and matured into a valued partner and facilitator. I'm also so pleased that you are focusing this first get-together on the nature emergency. I know how valuable you see that work as well. The Programme for Government commits the Welsh Government to embed our response to the climate and nature emergency in everything we do. Late last year, I conducted the Biodiversity Deep Dive, working with a group of key experts and practitioners. I was so proud to announce a set of collective actions we can take forward in Wales to support nature's recovery. The 30 by 30 target is one of a number of international targets that were agreed at COP15. The targets are important, and following on from the recommendations, we are developing a set of specific actions we can take in Wales to ensure meaningful delivery of them. The deep dive process itself made several recommendations, and I want to mention a couple of those in more detail. Firstly, we want to transform our existing protected sites so they are better, bigger, and more connected. These sites are very much the jewels in the crown for biodiversity, but they are also amongst the most threatened. Pressures facing these sites include inappropriate grazing, air and water pollution, and invasive species. Many of our terrestrial sites are vulnerable because they are isolated, small pockets in a wider landscape. We need to seek ways to connect them through corridors of nature-rich land. We know that most of our protected sites are not in good condition too. The key challenge to meeting the target is that protection alone is not enough. There is a real need to ensure existing and new sites are effectively managed. We also wish to work with you all to unlock the potential of designated landscapes to deliver more support and in nature recovery. I'm so very grateful for members of the landscape family and NRW for developing an action plan for designated landscapes. This will be a blueprint for concerted action in this space for the next 5 to 10 years. We must keep up momentum on this. The action plan must be put into action, and I will support you in that as best I can. I look forward to seeing the work of the shared landscape officers emerge and a more coordinated approach to identify where and how we intervene to have the most benefit will underpin our long-term progress. And of course, funding is part of the answer. I was pleased to announce the continued funding of the Sustainable Landscape, Sustainable Places scheme in April last year. It has been a change of pace and a change of focus with the scheme. We've made sure the climate and nature emergencies are key priorities this time and extended delivery to 3 years. Tackling biodiversity loss by 2030 will require current delivery to be both effective and scaled up. We recognise we need to unlock additional funding to deliver for nature at far greater scale and pace. Identifying and securing additional sources of funding, including private investment, will boost our efforts to tackle nature recovery and support more sustainable project funding models. However, this does not come without risk, particularly to local communities. We need to identify what these risks are and how they can be mitigated. Those are 3 of the priorities that emerged from the deep dive. I hope by now you're familiar with the others too. The countryside and our designated landscapes are shared and sometimes contested spaces. We must find a way to allow nature to recover while ensuring sustainable farming can thrive and users of all types can enjoy them. The landscapes you manage should not be hard to access by minority users. We must be proactive in reaching non-users from outside our boundaries. And we need to hold out a helping hand to help them appreciate and benefit from visiting our wild and beautiful places. In addition to providing funding for shared officers tackling biodiversity issues, I'm also pleased to fund another looking at how we can mainstream diversity. Diversity of members, diversity of staff, and of course, diversity of visitors. I do recognise the deep connection farmers have with their land, often stretching back for generations. We need to look at the way in which we use some of our land, however, to enable sustainable food production to sit alongside the nature recovery that we all want. This seminar offers excellent opportunities. It's an opportunity to share ideas, to explore the concepts that have been discussed over virtual meetings, and the opportunity to reflect on good practices seen and strong messages heard. I really hope you have a productive and enjoyable seminar. And again, I'm so sorry I can't be there with you. Thank you all so much for your time today. Diolch yn fawr iawn pawb. Pob hwyl.